I am Brandi Grayson, founder and CEO of Urban Triage. So originally the idea of Urban Triage is advocacy, mobilizing parents because of what was happening in our communities, in schools, to our children. And then Mike Brown was murdered, and then all these new experiences came to me. And then in that experience of organizing around state violence as part of the Black Lives Matter movement, there was a lot of trauma in that with other Black people. So I was older, and I was older than everyone that was part of the movement. And I was the only one with children, and I got pregnant, and I really thought seriously about having an abortion because what am I doing, right? Like I'm 36, I don't have family, I have 20-year-old children, like this is not okay. And at that time, the people that I considered my family were the people in the movement. However, the more pregnant I got, the less my community disappeared. It was as if people became angry because I could no longer show up in the capacity that I was showing up before. So then how people dealt with me changed, and I found myself alone. And that sent me in a deep depression. And then I lost my job. So I went underground for like 2 years trying to figure out how to get myself back together. And then there was an incident that occurred with a middle school girl, and an administrator at MMSD pulled her braids out of her scalp. And then that moment took me back to why I originally started Urban Triage before all the Black Lives Matter stuff. And I took everything that I had learned over the 2 years of healing when I went underground, and the work that I did with mobilizing and Black Lives Matter, and I built a curriculum.
In a photo of 12, a graduating class of supporting healthy Black families poses, smiling and wearing masks. Brandi kneels in front with an Urban Triage sign.
So right now, Urban Triage focus has shifted a bit from crisis response, COVID relief funding over the last year to serving folks who are chronically homeless. I would say that's 40% of our work. And then our other, I would say 20% of our work is youth housing, youth support, youth case management, in partnership with MMSD for our drop-in center, providing after-school supports and in-school programs and events. Another 30% of our work is around our farm, right? So we do agriculture, again, really rooted in our mission of transformative education.
A small Black child wearing pink gloves smiles while using a tool in a garden plot on Urban Triage's farm.
It is my hope in the next year or two, we can move out of homeless work and move more intentionally into economic empowerment, entrepreneurship, still rooted in our original mission, which is education, transformation, and taking our curriculum that I've developed and making Urban Triage bigger than Dane County.
Brandi wears a cream and silver sparkly dress, reading a speech.
What does supporting families mean to me? It means showing up when we don't feel like it. It means showing up when we don't even have the resources. It means showing up when we don't have the answers. We really pride ourselves in speaking power into families and meeting them where they're at, regardless of where that's at.